Here with the latest on Amazon founder Jeff Bezos and his pending divorce.
Yes.
Pending and pricey.
Yeah, right?
This has connection to Hollywood.
Okay.
He produces movies
Sure.
on Amazon. So basically, he got married in 1993.
Okay.
He started Amazon in 1994.
Okay.
Which basically means if he doesn't have a prenuptial agreement, his ex-wife is going to get about $70 billion.
Billion with a B.
Billion. So she is set for life, right?
Yeah, you would think so. I don't think you could spend that much.
Yeah.
I mean, you could try.
Right.
Maybe Johnny Depp could.
Now, so they didn't do the prenup, but couldn't you do it after the fact?
No, the problem with that is it's kind of void against public policy, because once you're entitled to community property, then basically there's no consideration to support you giving up your rights. What happens is you enter into a marital settlement agreement if you get divorced. And so if there's not a prenuptial agreement, then they're going to have to agree how to split their assets. The problem is he's probably not liquid. Probably most of his money's in Amazon stuff.
Okay.
So that's going to be, I think, the contentious part. The nice thing about them, though, is that they put out a joint statement saying that they were married for 25 years. And if they knew that they were going to get divorced after 25 years, they'd still do it over again.
Oh,
so, I mean,
well, that's nice.
That's kind of interesting. They just decided to get divorced. Now, they were married for 25 years, so in California, that's a long-term marriage, and so you're entitled to spousal support, which I don't know if you'd be getting $1 million a week or something like that. And then there's child support because there's 4 kids, right?
Right.
So usually what you do is you go to the child support calculator, and it's based upon your how much money you have.
Okay.
But I don't think there's enough zeros to go in for $70 billion.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, so in California, the prenuptial agreement.
Okay.
So what you have to do is you have to review all your assets with the spouse, and then you got to make sure they go to their own lawyer. Because if they're not represented by an attorney, then it can be voidable.
So, as you mentioned, they got married before he started Amazon, and obviously Amazon. It took a while for it to catch on and such. So, is this a situation where if you are not as successful, a post-nup or something like that would come into play? Is it a bigger deal for someone who has more money, or does it not matter? Across the board, it's just not something that works.
Well, I mean, if he would have anticipated this, and, you know, let's say he got married later in life, while Amazon was successful, then at that point, you know, you'd be kind of silly not to have a prenuptial agreement.
Right.
But in this particular case, it's going to be a marital settlement agreement that they'll enter into. Bottom line, she's entitled to half. I mean, you know, she married before he started Amazon, and so I can't see any argument that can be made that she's not entitled to half of the community property.
Right.
So,
well,
yeah, $70 billion.
As you mentioned, it seems to be that they are being adults about it. So
yeah, they just said, look, you know, bottom line, we're not happy anymore, and we want to move on. We still love each other, and it's pretty easy to be in love.
They will be connected forever.
Right.
Yeah, so. It's pretty easy to walk away with a smile on your face when you're getting $70 billion. I mean, how could you be upset?
Right.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Interesting.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks, Craig. Love the polka dots, by the way.
Yes.
Love them.
All right.